be saying that doing business in Nigeria is suicidal. Now, is there any better way to bring that Obi statement to bear other than what we are witnessing right now? Why are you blowing this out of proportion? They have apologized publicly. And you are saying, even with the apology, you're going to set up a panel. Imagine that a foreigner wants to bring in looking at the number of, we say over 200 million people in this country, right? You want to look at the marketing strength of Nigeria to bring in a product, and maybe you will have an advertising agency, and you want to set it up in this country as a foreigner. Looking at such moves by Akon right now, how safe do you think anyone will feel bringing in their business into this country?
No, you see, that's the negative implication of some of these actions these people don't realize. That we are not alone. We are in a global village. And so when some of these organizations, government agencies comes in and begin to act in such an unprofessional way, the signal they send is that those who are willing to come in should first and foremost sit back and study the scenario. And that's why you see a lot of them prefer to go to our neighboring West African countries and then begin to ship in whatever they produce into this country. And we're losing a lot of...
So what about those who are actually in Nigeria right now, who are watching all of this unfold? We just talked about JSK leaving. We just talked about the Obi saying that at the 40th anniversary of Kuti's PLC that, hey, it's suicidal for you to even survive. One of the things he said was that other brands who came on board when Kuti's PLC over 40 years ago, that some of them are doing so well in the stock markets compared to the Kuti's cable. So with all of this put together, how safe is it for anyone to be doing business in this country?
Well, we're making it unsafe by our actions. And I think I will appeal to the relevant senior authorities to talk to some of these, our agencies, you know, to actually seek judicial interpretation of some of these things, and then also seek the commercial interpretation of some of these things before they begin to act by way of going public. Because those who are here now, you're giving them giving them a red flag concern. And that's what we should be bothered about. And it's an appeal to most of these organizations that want to impress their bosses or their masters. For God's sake, if you're a regulatory agency, you should know the scope that you're being given, and also know that in certain areas you're supposed to create waivers. Because if you do so, you will be sending the wrong signal to those who are there and those who are yet to come in. And I think that's where our focus should go. They better discourage this kind of attacks that they have, because that's part of the benefit of advertisement. I haven't seen any inciting or treasonable thing on that board that has just been shown. Except there is something else again.
It's because sensitization is part of the role of the media.
Absolutely.
And if this is not sensitization, which is a way of passing information across or educating people, because when you sensitize, you inform the people, you educate. That's basically what you're doing. If this is not it with this billboard, I don't know what it is. But one advice to anyone doing business, maybe let's say you want to advise the advertising agency that is in this mess right now, what would that be? Maybe just to encourage also as a way of saying, hey, this is where to go.
Yeah, I think that they can take this in a step further by engaging their legal team, to have an appropriate interpretation as to what is the limitation to the contents of an advertisement, and then also make it public as well, so that those who are already there should be able to take precautionary measures, and to know where their boundaries are. Besides, we have freedom of information law. As long as it's not treasonable, I don't see why it should not be part of a strategy by any organization to also stand ahead of their competitors. Yeah. That's basically what this is all about.